You've applied for admission, you've gotten admission. You struggled to get your legalization date, and then you finally got a date. You paid tuition deposit to university, you submitted the receipt to the embassy, you arranged all your documents according to the checklist. You submitted the exact amount or even more than what the embassy asked you to submit to them. You submitted proof of your income, you submitted proof of a job, you submitted everything as the embassy asked. And after all of this, after all the nights, the sweat and everything, the visa was still denied. It's really crazy, guys. And from my research, I've noticed 6 mistakes that a lot of Nigerians are making right now that is making their visas to be denied. People forget, listen, the embassy's job is to deny you the visa. It is your job to convince them as to why you should be granted the visa. But people don't understand that part. They think it's just by submitting a document. It's not just that. There's a lot more. So listen, if you want to apply for Italian visa, watch this video to the end. Ever since 2021, I've helped several people get their study visas for different countries, and not just Italy. And there's a lot of things that I've learned over the past few years, and I'll be sharing with you guys my 4 years experience in this clip. When you're applying to any country visa, there are 2 rules you need to follow to get your visa accepted. Number 1 is you need to learn from the reason why most people are rejected their visas. You need to go through rejection letters of people that have applied before. What mistakes did they make? You need to learn from that. The second rule is you should not forget rule 1. Learn from the mistakes of others and do not forget rule 1. Those are my 2 rules for applying to any visa to any country. When you go through rejection letters, the common reason from the Nigerian embassy is insufficient funds. Insufficient funds is a common reason for rejection for most Nigerians. And why is it so? People don't understand how it's calculated for Nigerians. But you need to understand that we recommend at least 7,000 euros per year multiplied by the entire duration of your study. If your study is 2 years, 7,000 euros times 2. So you need that amount for at least 2 years, but it's going to be in your statement for 6 months. Okay? And usually it's recommended that this is the minimum balance throughout your statement for the entire duration of that period. It's common sense. Do not do bunk stuff. Do not get people to send the money diamonds. All those are common stuff. The second mistake is the source of the funds. It's not just enough to have 20 million naira. How did you get the money? Like, what's your income? You have a job that pays you 100,000 a month. How are you able to make 20 million naira in 6 months? I do not understand. You see, so this is something that you need to make sure that you're not making a mistake about. Okay. Another reason is inconsistent flow of funds. Okay. What I meant is the embassy is not certain that these funds will be consistent during your stay when you arrive in Italy. They think maybe it's a short-term influx of funds. They're not convinced that it's going to be there throughout your duration of study. This is something that you need to look into. I'll be explaining more about how to prove to them it's sustainable during this video. So keep watching. Another common reason is your proof of home ties. I mean, you're going to Italy for studies, right? It is expected that after studies you go back to your country. How are you going to explain to the embassy that, yeah, I'm going to go back to my country once I'm done studying? Proof of home ties is a very common rejection. And although the Nigerian embassy will not tell you exactly what is wrong, they will just give you a generic rejection. But this is one of the reasons that people's visa get rejected from the Italian embassy. Another thing is discrepancies from a previous degree. If you did engineering for your bachelor's degree and you want to apply for master's in business administration, that is a straight rejection. This is common knowledge. I won't dwell much on this. Another reason is inconsistency in documentation. Remember that you're submitting a lot of documents. Every document has to tell a story, right? There has to be a purpose behind the reason of submitting every single document. You do not submit a document for fun. What role is it playing? Is it adding to convincing the embassy, or is it making it difficult for them to trust you? Think about that before adding an additional document to your application. For some people, the sponsor's bank statement says one thing, the sponsorship letter says another. You know, your cover letter says a different thing entirely. Everything has to align, okay? It has to be easily understandable by the embassies. Remember that they have lots of clients to attend, so they cannot spend the entire day trying to understand your document. I'll be explaining how to make your document easily understandable to the embassy in the course of this video, so keep watching. How do you solve these problems? Number one thing you should not do when you're applying for your Italian study visa is do not use a proof of fund agent for your bank statement. It does not work for Italian visas. All the people that I know that use a proof of funds agents, all their visas were rejected. I do not know exactly what the embassy is up to. I don't know how they do it. But if I were to advise you, man to man, brother to brother, do not try it. If you don't have the money, you better chill and wait till next year. The second tip is, listen, no one is going to tell you this. No one knows this. Like, I've not heard this from a single person that claims to be a study abroad agent or a study abroad YouTuber, whatever. You need to make sure that you have a university scholarship. If you apply from Nigeria and you want to get your visa accepted, try to make sure that you have a university scholarship. One of my clients that his visa just got accepted yesterday, he got a 5,000 euro scholarship by the university. Another thing is, I had a friend that got accepted without a scholarship. And one thing she did was this. Try to have some money in your account as well. Let's say, for instance, your dad is sponsoring you. Try to have some funds as well inside your account. And also show documents to prove how you got those funds. Another thing is, the embassy does not trust bank statement from Nigeria. If you have a family friend in Italy, get them to be your sponsor. If you got a girlfriend in Italy, get them to be your sponsor. If you got your dad, your mom, your uncle, get them to be your sponsor. And there are other things to look into as well, okay? It's not just because you know someone there, they can sponsor you. There are some documents you need to go with as well to the embassy. There's some way to arrange the documents, and there's a certain income they need to have, they need to be making per year to support you as well, okay? All of that, I'll make a video about that in the future on how to get an Italian sponsor to sponsor your visa. So at this point, if you're getting value from this video, I encourage you to click the like button so that other people that need this information could also benefit from it as well, and also subscribe as well so that you get to see our next video as well. For those that don't know, at the Italian embassy in Nigeria, you don't have to have an interview to apply for the visa. You just submit your documents and you get the visa or you get a rejection. Listen, people don't know this, but the embassy is not just checking your documents, they're checking your intentions as well. If your financial sponsor is weak, your home ties is weak, of course you get rejected. And the crazy thing is, you might actually be someone that genuinely wants to travel abroad, okay? But the way you arrange your documents, it looks like a migration plan. It looks like you're trying to jackpot out of the country. Of course, your visa would be rejected. A lot of people think that just having huge amount of money in the bank is enough to get the visa. That's not the case. It's not just about the size, it's about the consistency and the source. Is it going to be there once you arrive in Italy? Is it a legit source of income? Another common mistake I see is weak communication. And this one hurts the most. Because many rejections are from things that the embassy fails to understand. Remember that they're not there to interview you. They just go through your document and they make a decision. Your SOP, your cover letter is not just there for fun. It's not just there for formality or for just to fill up space. It is your chance to genuinely get them to understand your true intentions of applying for their country's visa. For those of you that are serious about moving to Italy in 2026, listen, it's not difficult and it's not easy, okay? You just need a solid plan, a solid blueprint that works. And my experience speaks for itself. We've helped several people get their visas. Even this year, where a lot of Nigerians got rejected, we've helped several people get their visas. And if you don't want to risk another rejection, check the link to book a free call, and then we can see if we can be able to work with you. For those of you that have further questions about the entire process for Italy, put your question in the comment section of this video. Ciao.